Welcome to Zen Rose Garden Behind the Scenes. Coming up in this video, eliminating negative self-talk. This is part of our mediumship development training.
So join us for some behind the scenes talk on topics we go on about when we don't have adult supervision.
And when we are running amok with unicorns and fairies.
It usually happens after happy hour, but right now it's a little bit before dinner or somewhere around there. And if you are just getting to know us, I'm Heather.
And I'm David.
Zen Rose Garden.
If you are new, consider subscribing right down here, wherever it happens to be, and you will be good to go. Boom.
I love this
just
kind
like
of
that.
Thing. He's landing an airplane every day. It's like
time to tag up.
Gangster.
For all of our Zen heads in Zen Ed Academy, let us know that you're here with a hashtag Zen Head for life.
And if you're watching live, give us a hashtag live tribe.
And if you're watching on the replay, hashtag replay fam.
Okay, but do let us know where you're watching from and one special thing about where you're at so you can help David.
Become a man of the world.
Just help David.
Yes, please help me. So if you are a healing arts professional or you just want to be, put a hashtag healing pro in the comments and let us know what you do or what you want to do. Yeah.
We got
all
it.
right. So Ginger, what is special about Earth today? She says that's where she's from.
It's still spinning.
It's still spinning. That's pretty special.
How negative self-talk is the turd in the punch bowl of your life. And we were talking about, how that really messes up our clarity.
Yeah, because poop in the punch bowl is not cool.
Right. But sometimes we have this habit of negative self-talk, and it becomes the poop in the punch bowl of our mediumship and our clarity and our psychic senses.
It gets in the way of the real stuff. So we want to know how many of you have ever struggled with negative self-talk.
And more importantly, who taught you this very inefficient self-improvement method?
Right. Does it come maybe from a fear of punishment or embarrassment?
So here's the thing. Negativity abounds in our world, right? It is just there. It's going to be there, but it is also easy to tune into if we are already in the habit of being negative quietly to ourselves.
Ashamed in the quiet of our own headspace.
So, sometimes we try really hard to be positive on the outside.
But on the inside, we end up beating ourselves down with that negative self-talk.
It's like our dirty little secret, right? It's like the turd in the punch bowl of our lives. And it's there sometimes on a very subtle level.
Right. And when you're stirring that punch bowl and it rises to the top, stop drinking the punch. Okay. That's what I'm saying. So this is actually such a common thing that it often becomes so integrated into our way of thinking that we don't even think twice about it.
So we think it is okay.
Not okay.
Like sometimes we think we're just self-checking when we're really, being more negative.
Self-deprecating. Pooping on yourself. Don't do it. Self-defecating.
I think
anyway, So we like to say, listen, if your best friend were feeling some kind of way and discouraged, okay, would you talk to them the way that you probably talk to yourself?
And sometimes we do this in the simplest ways, like we do something that we're embarrassed about. We slip up when we say some stupid thing.
Oh man, I'm so stupid.
Like on camera, like we do constantly. Obviously, we're
just
over
it.
You're like, oh my God, that was so stupid. And you think that's okay, but is it? Is it?
I don't think so.
I don't, but I think that becomes so natural to us. And sometimes it's like, why do we do that?
The only reason that it seems natural is because you have trained the habit of talking crap to yourself.
And it is a habit because for some reason we think that if we say, oh, that was stupid, then we're acknowledging that we didn't mean to do that. And we wish we would have done it better. But who are we really trying to prove ourselves to? It's like, I said some stupid thing.
Denise says, yep, Gemini, always in my head, not always kind to myself.
Yeah, been there.
And the good news here is that because this is a habit, you can retrain it.
It's one of those fine-tuning things that once you start to catch yourself doing it.
And treating yourself better, it's easy.
I want to give you another really good example. And I think when we put it this way to ourselves, we become more aware of how detrimental it is. Let's say your best friend failed an important test, even though they studied really hard. They just biffed it. You would never say,
yeah, it's just because you're stupid. No one wants to hang out with you anyway.
Like you're a tool, right? Don't do that and don't do it to yourself. But I think that we do this. It's okay to do it to ourselves. because it's ourselves, it's in our head.
Right.
But if we actually spoke the words out loud
that we speak to ourselves,
to another person, even if they're kind of subtle, like you screwed something up and you're like, oh, it's so stupid. You wouldn't even do that little seemingly innocuous thing to, oh my gosh, you're so stupid.
Because you would be a dick and you would probably get punched.
Right. So I think I want to just bring that out.
If you wouldn't say it to your best friend, stop saying it to yourself.
Yeah. So
and catch every moment that you do. It's not about when you do it or when you catch it, but it is about when you catch it, do something about it. Okay. So you may not catch all of the times that you talk crap to yourself, but when you do, make a change, shift it.
So now I've kind of like consciously worked on this the last decade or so for me, because I realized how often I would do it and how much it was just a repeated pattern of what I'd been told to, like, motivate myself through some sort of guilt or humiliation or shame. I was like, oh, that's a learned behavior.
Yeah.
But now when I have moments of that, oh my God, that was so dumb. I go, whoa, stop that right now.
Faster to catch, faster to release, faster to change, right?
So here's the part you need to learn if you're going to go pro at anything, not just mediumship, not just a healing arts metaphysical entrepreneur, but particularly a metaphysical entrepreneur, because you're trying to teach other people how to be positive, right?
So this is not a sustainable practice, because you will have people popping up that are negative towards you, right? If you're already being negative to yourself, it's going to be very hard to step over the bodies. Metaphorically
step over the
bodies.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, just talk to dead people. Don't step over the bodies. Step over the bodies too.
I'm not sure that came off quite the way we wanted it to. So when you stop the negative self-talk once and for all, okay?
Yes. You get out of your own energetic way and you're actually practicing what you preach.
And clients love that when you practice what you preach.
Even the dead ones. Because if you do mediumship and you work with dead clients, they love that you're being real.
Or you're a mortician. So I am not saying don't self-check. Don't get into this, oh, I'm just perfect everywhere and I don't, that's like,
I am full of love and light.
Right. Wow, you sounded like a hobbit. So don't
It's a hobbit I got to get over.
Yeah, so I'm not saying don't self-check and ignore.
I got to change the hobbit.
Yeah, and ignore, there he goes, bad puns at the end of the day. So, and ignore stuff you need to improve. Don't do that. I'm saying, yes, do that. Run some diagnostics. Okay.
Improve, refine, adjust. But don't try to improve with self-guilt or humiliation on yourself. Okay, it's not sustainable. It is a zero-sum game. You will lose.
So you aren't starting a BDSM fetish site, is what I'm saying. You are starting a healing arts business.
Unless you are, and in that case, rock on with your healing leather.
Some people blend the two.
I mean, some BDSM can be.
You can blend
healing,
the two. I've seen it happen. So basically what we're saying is metaphysician, heal thyself.
Yes. Have fun pushing your boundaries and kind of like stretching yourself and building new habits. But don't be a nun. But don't stay inside of those boundaries, trembling in fear because you might do something wrong or get yourself caught up in your head all the time. And Ginger says, I am. What comes after those two words can make or break you.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's actually a really good practice to get into, is giving yourself some power I am statements. We see new metaphysical entrepreneurs sometimes spending way, way too long trying to win their haters over. Okay. Just want to be cantankerous and contentious.
So sometimes haters, when you get into, especially if you're on a public platform,
any kind of public platform,
you'll find people that just want to be contentious instead of paying attention to your ride or dies. And I see people in the healing arts professionals do this especially. And this is one way that you kind of give your power away to the wrong people. Like pay attention to your people that are wanting what you have. Don't try to win over the ones that are just obviously trying to be contentious.
Right. So the drive to show a hater the light might actually be coming from an internal hidden negative self-talk, right? If somehow you can prove yourself to them, you can then be okay, right?
Like I saved one, but you know what?
Because that shit gets amplified when it is also coming from some hater who's 45 and still living in their parents' basement.
They're not ready for you. They're not your client. So
No.
if you got this kind of a person,
Talk to the people that love to talk to you.
pay attention to put your energy towards the people. That I see a lot of people that are starting their healing arts profession that will pay more attention to
the time sucks. The
Yeah.
energy sucks. The vampires.
to prove it. And I'm not talking about the lost sheep, okay?
Right.
Because there's always that one person that needs a little extra help. But then there's always one person that you kind of chase after.
That needs all the help.
That's kind of spiritual codependence. So basically move on. Those are not your people.
Right.
Don't try to get them to see the error of their thinking. That's their business.
Right.
They get to believe that Dungeons and Dragons is real.
Wait, it's not?
So, because we're still working that one out in therapy.
Or relapse, depending on what time we get there.
So the point is, if your first impulse after something you try doesn't work is I failed, and you give yourself a heavy dose of negative self-talk, it's time to work on that.
Work on the poop in your punch bowl. Okay.
Yeah.
If the your first impulse is, okay, that didn't work too well, let's try something else, then you are off to the races and wasting way less resources, right? It might not be perfect at first, but you rinse and repeat and you become aware of the pattern and you've got this.
It really is.
Fail your way to the top.
It really is a skill to
Yes.
develop. And I think, I don't care if this is kind of a talk for not just metaphysical entrepreneurs and healing
But
arts
people who
professionals.
are doing life.
People that are people, because this can make the quality of your life so much better. But I think it just has become a habit for so long for so many people that you don't even think that it's bad.
Right.
And I'm not trying to turn you into a spiritual bypasser because we don't want that either. Like,
But-
it's all fabulous, and then you ignore it. That's not the answer either.
But when you've got this negative self-talk, do something with it. Do something about it. Make it productive. Let it be something that helps you to learn and to grow and to become even better.
Make it conscious.
Make it conscious.
So
okay?
that's kind of what we wanted to say today, because
Yes.
we put out our little funny video on negative self-talk being the turd in the punch bowl of your life. And I was like, let's get on and chop it up about that, how that affects your business, any kind of business that you have, especially healing arts, because it's a sensitive, emotion-based place.
Okay. And remember that twice a week,
Yes.
we are with our Zen Academy members teaching the weekly lessons. So if you miss us, please don't send a search party. You will know where we are.
We are alive, and we'll be back to chop it up with our YouTube fam.
Hashtag YouTube fam.
Faster than 2 shakes of a unicorn's tail after he's pooped rainbow frosting on your carpet.
Not pretty. Not pretty.
So
if you like this video,
Yes.
hit that like button 5 times.
If you have any insider stuff you want to know, let us know in the comments. We love to hear your stories and tell you all of our personal stories. Sometimes they're a little TMI, but
That makes for good TV.
I'm not going to beat myself up about it.
All right. So for more live hangouts, behind the scenes secrets, and mind hacking pro tips,
Be sure to subscribe.
and click that bell to turn notifications on, wherever it happens
you're
to be.
the first to know.
When we drop a new video, drop a new video, drop
Or
a new
go
video.
live.
And we know that time is a valuable and precious resource, and the fact that you guys are choosing to spend that with us, even as wild and crazy as we get, but most importantly, you are here to level up your skills, take your life and your business to a completely new level. We honor that even more. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
We'll see you in the next video.